Shri Guru Shri Radha Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashtate Shadane Namo Danyaya Krishna Premam Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurapise Namah Nityanandam Mahanami Sarvanandam Karam Harinam Brahmadevam Avadhuta Shromi He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishnam Sute Devi Pranamami Harite Nilachala Nilasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balbhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namah Pancha Kalpadrubhyasya Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vācālam bhāvate girim yatripātamaham vande Shri Guru Dīnataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. For the pleasure of the Lord, for one's own purification and for the service of all devotees and benefit of everyone, I seek blessings of all devotees assembled here so that we can render some service to all of you. So we are continuing from our topic on PL class. What was the topic of last time? Any remnants remaining? Any words, any concepts which you remember?
Filtration.
Filtration is a sign of mode of goodness. That means we always, what is the...
We should take good aspects of a devotee.
We should filter the good aspects of devotees and take them only. Okay. What else, bro? सब लोग ऐसे बैठा था कि मेरे को देखे सुंदर से देखना चाहिए, कोई छुपना नहीं चाहिए, सबका चेहरा मेरे को देखना चाहिए. मतलब नॉट दैट आई एम द सेंटर बट आई फील मोर कंफर्टेबल इफ पीपल रिस्पॉन्ड एंड दे फील दे आर इन द क्लास. यस ब्रो. एंड दे आर एंथुसियास्टिक. टीचर ऑल्सो फील्स एंथुसियास्टिक. यस छोटन ब्रो.
Every devotee, each and every devotee has good quality, so we should focus on good character. And if we find that kind of character, then we can, each and everyone, if we can find good characters, then there will be like jigsaw puzzle. Logic is there.
So by seeing good in them, and by what if faults are there? Faults will be there, na?
But we should zoom out.
Zoom out.
Zoom out the fault.
So zoom out means just neglect it. Give it to Bhakti Devi. Understand? Bhakti Devi will take care of him. You are not the savior. You don't have to, no. You don't need pit message. Okay? And his counselor is there. If it is a very serious thing, tell to them. It's a normal thing, just Okay. Anything else? हाँ? क्या हुआ 11 days? 11 days से क्या सीखने मिलता है?
Means we should not take a devotee as it is. We should filter good qualities and take only that.
Otherwise, what will happen?
Otherwise,
Bitter taste.
bitter taste.
The problem is not in the devotees. The problem is with our way of our process of extraction. We said about orange juice. Lemon rice, orange juice. I forgot to tell about mango. You take the mango peel. Oh, it is so useless. You take the mango seed. Now it is so hard. There is no juice. I'm trying to chew it so hard. So, anything like that. So all devotees will have some other bad side or some conditioned side. We need not feel miserable. How we should deal with devotees? I told about that in the last part. Rohit Prabhu, Pawan Prabhu, Shivam. Yes, Shivam Prabhu.
Deal with Vaishnava etiquettes.
We should deal with Vaishnava etiquettes. Any more pointers?
Also,
Yes, bro?
according to Shastra.
According to Shastra, very good.
Like you quoted on one and said that if we meet seniors, we should be happy.
When we meet senior, we should not be anyways. इतना क्वालिफाइड क्यों है? हाँ? इसको इतना अच्छा प्रसादन कैसे बनाना आता है? ये इतना अच्छा जब कैसे कर लेते हैं? तब करने कैसे करते हैं? हम भी कम नहीं। ठीक है, इतना ग्लोरिफिकेशन की जरूरत नहीं है, हमारा भी कुछ है। Okay. We should be happy. If we are happy, then we can learn from them. We have to learn so many things. And we can respect them. We can take help from them. The seniors can also help us. Then the Vaikuntha atmosphere jigsaw puzzle will be complete. That puzzle is complete when we give proper respect and love to everybody. Senior deserves some love and respect. Equal deserves some friendship. And junior deserves compassion, even when they have a lot of faults. Right? Thank you. So we'll begin today's class. So today's class will continue next three shlokas. 17.21 I guess. 18.21. No, 18.23. Nityam Sangarahitam
Nityam Samarahitam
Aragya Dveshta Kritam
Aragya Dveshta Kritam
Afala Prepsuna Karma
Afala Prepsuna Karma
Yattat Satvikam Uchyate.
Yattat Satvikam Uchyate.
Translation. That action. So today we are going to discuss about action in 3 modes. That action, and the topic of the class is topic of the class can be the last class topic was the right way to associate with devotees and to see devotees. To associate. This topic, this class is the right way to do service or do action. The right way to do action. That action which is regulated, which is performed without attachment, without love or hatred, and without desire for fruity results, is said to be in the mode of goodness. Regulated purport Vaishal program. The regulated occupational duties, as prescribed in the scriptures, in terms of the different orders and divisions of society, performed without attachment or proprietary rights, and therefore without any love or hatred, and performed in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of the Supreme, without self-satisfaction or self-gratification, are called actions in the mode of goodness. Actions which are regulated, and which are performed without attachment and without desire for fruity results. 3 things are there. Amazing. We'll discuss about it. Let us read the next shloka. Tattu kam me psuna karma. Yattu kam me psuna karma. Yattu kam me psuna karma.
Yattu Kamepsuna Karma
साहंकारेण वा पुनः
साहंकारेण वा पुनः
क्रियते बहुलायासं
क्रियते बहुलायासं
तद्राजसम् उदाहृतम्
तद्राजसं उदाहृतम्
यत्तु कामेप्सुना by the desire of fruit results karmasya ahankarena with ego punah kriyate bahulasanam with great labor tat rajasam udahritam but action performed with great effort, mark this word, by one seeking gratification of his desires and enacted from a sense of false ego is called action in the mode of passion. Text 25. Anubandham shayam himsam anapekshya cha paurusham mohad arabhyate karma yattat tamasamuchyate. Anubandham shayam himsam anapekshya paurusham mohat arabhyate karma. I hope you are reading the word to word meaning when I am saying anubandham of fruitive bondage. So the action performed in illusion, first qualification, it is performed in illusion. What is illusion? Means that your knowledge is not real knowledge, it's not true, it's based on some false information, some assumption, some illusion. Action performed in illusion, in disregard of scriptural injunctions and without concern for future bondage. So no concern for future, no concern for scriptures or for violence or distress caused to others is called actions in the mode of ignorance, purport. One has to give account of one's action to the state of the agents of the Supreme Personality of Lord and called Yamadutas. Irresponsible work, not the word, irresponsible. Irresponsible work is destructive because it destroys the regulative principles of scriptural injunction. It is often based on violence and is distressing to other living entities. Such irresponsible work is carried out in the light of one's personal experience. We'll explain this word. This is called illusion, and as such, illusory work is a product of mode of ignorance. Okay. You may think, Prabhu ji, हम तो कुछ violence करते ही नहीं, voice में सब इतने अच्छे devotee हैं. Illusion क्या होता है? Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hoyandika. We are chanting Hare Krishna. Where is illusion? And we are following four rated principles. Where is the disregard of spiritual inertia? And we are not causing any violence. Yes?
We are chanting Hare Krishna, that is illusion.
We are chanting Hare Krishna, that is illusion.
We are thinking Hare Krishna.
We are thinking we are chanting Hare Krishna, that is illusion. Called illusion. Not so fully correct, but we'll say what is illusion. So, I had named yesterday, I named it right motivation to do service. Okay. So, first point which you have to consider is, here we are talking about action. So, the first point I want to say is, a sadhaka must observe all his actions carefully. We have to introspect throughout the whole day what actions we are doing. Just because we are in voice, we are not doing as sinful activity as people in hall, they are drunk or they are completely ignorant. Just because we are every day attending philosophy class does not mean we are taking action in Krishna consciousness throughout the whole day. There are many instances where we have to take decision moment to moment. Now, how do you know that what you are doing is for Krishna's pleasure or for whose pleasure? Right? So the one of the very hallmark of any sadhaka is he always introspects. The reason is that because actions which you take form your conditioning. Actions which you take they will decide your consciousness. Actions are handle of consciousness actually. That means initially we did not feel any devotion to Lord. Now we are chanting every day. That action is creating some devotion in heart. And I remember one day I was going down to Prabhupada and I thought, why am I going down? One day I was saying, Jai Prabhupada. Prabhu, feeling in your eyes, I was, Jai Prabhupada. As like we are only dancing, we are not chanting. Like Prabhu said, no, we may be chanting in a way. So, Today was rotating. So Maharaj gives a class, no? We are rotating the Aarti lamp in front of the Lord as if we are robot, maybe. So, but still the devotees say there are so many scriptural injunctions to do action. The Shastras say we have to engage in Krishna service by body, mind and word. It's not that when mind will be engaged in Krishna, it's not when I get consciousness to it. We are told to engage in practical, tangible, active, quantifiable service to the Supreme Lord. All Shastras speak like this. Why? Because by doing that action, slowly, if you are a little bit more conscious, add more consciousness, knowledge, you will understand that you'll get some feeling. For example, we bow down in front of devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha. So what happens? What are we supposed to think? Huh? Their desire fulfilling tree? Do we think like that? So we have to contemplate. But still we need to do it. If we don't do it, we are told whenever senior devotees come, immediately bow down. Whenever see other devotee, bow down. Don't become angry with devotees. All these are physical handles. It's very important to decide what we do actually. So that's the point. A sadhaka has to observe what type of activities. Now, if you see here, if you see the mode of passion, what is stable in mode of passion? Action performed with great effort by one seeking to gratify his desires and acted by a sense of false ego is called in the action in the mode of passion. So, next I would like to discuss about what is action driven by false ego. Anybody? Action driven by false ego. What is false ego? Yes? Okay, I will give you an example. Once Mukunda Prabhu quotes this example. Once upon a time in third year, a devotee comes to Mukunda, fourth year, and he says, Prabhu, please take this bead back. Everything is finished. I am going back to hall. I will not stay yours. Prabhu is asking, what is finished? Prasadam is finished. We will cook it again. What is finished? So, CG is finished, we can know, you can, CG is finished, you can work hard in the next semester and get it. But why you are doing Krishna consciousness? So, Prabhu, actually I did not have any interest in Krishna consciousness, but because my girlfriend, she was a devotee, she told, you can make friendship if you become devotee. So then we had to come to voice. So we started chanting. And now she has ditched me, gone to some other devotee, some other person. So what to do? Prabhuji, I am going to hall. Bye bye. So what is the conclusion? What is false ego? Okay. Okay, let us put it more nicely. False ego is that drive in which you want to show to others that I am something. If we observe your previous life, this was not very natural for us. It's very natural for us to show, to be on the top, to be distinct from others, to perform in the class. All are from IIT means सब कोचिंग के टॉपर्स रहेंगे यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट नो बहुत हैवी कंपटीशन हो रहा होगा डिस्टिंक्शन के लिए राइट यस कैन एनीबॉडी टेल व्हाट इन देयर ओन लाइफ हाउ दे वर इन्वॉल्वड इन फॉल्स ईगो मोस्टली आप लोग नहीं रहोगे आई ऑब्जर्व माई सेल्फ ऑल्सो आई वाज नॉट सो मच इन्वॉल्व बिकॉज थोड़ा सा बड़ी माइंड था मेरा, थोड़ा सा, इतना दिखावे का नहीं था, मैं ज़्यादा इतना नहीं पढ़ता था. बट एनीबडी would like to enlighten us? Previously, how there is a strong drive to prove, to become heroic, or in first year? Nobody? All very good, pure devotees, नहीं? कोई नहीं?
10th 11th में था प्रभु.
क्या था?
मैथ्स को जैसे बनाने के लिए कि जल्दी बना के दिखा देना.
हाँ, सबसे पहले मैं सॉल्व करूँगा. पूरे क्लास में मैडम ने क्वेश्चन लिखा बोर्ड पे. यस, होता है. मतलब कोचिंग में तो बहुत होता था. प्रोफेसर ने क्वेश्चन लिखा, नो देयर इज नो, देखिए कौन पहले करेगा. So in first year there is great drive you will find in first years. You want to become volunteer associates, your society, clubs. You want to be in there. You can become like mad person after living in. In my era, this was not so much craziness. Nowadays it is too much. So we become toppers, heroes, and in second year you will find हमारा रैंकिंग आना चाहिए कोड शेफ में. थोड़ा हमारा भी औकात होना चाहिए. सब लोग कह रहे हैं कोडिंग एंड ये वॉट एवर नो, ऑल ऑफ यू नो, डिस्टिंक्शन होना चाहिए. इंटर जीसी, पूरा जीसी क्या है? हो जीसी से वॉट दिस है ना. पूरे हॉल में से पकड़े पकड़े बोले चलो चलो हॉल का टेम्पो है, ये कुछ करना है भाई, तुमको कुछ दिखाना है. ही इज ऑल्सो डूइंग, ही इज ऑल्सो डूइंग, ही ऑल्सो डूइंग, व्हाट एम आई डूइंग, ही ऑल्सो डूइंग. सो now what happens when you do that? What is the problem? You have to suffer because you deprioritize some important things in your life, right? You went out for a video game. Suppose you started playing, पता नहीं हमारे टाइम पे कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी और सब पता क्या खेलते थे. तो सब ऐसे अच्छा लगा, अरे हाँ खेलते हैं. तो नेक्स्ट दिन पूरा रात भर खेले, फिर नेक्स्ट दिन कब उठे, क्या किया. हाँ? आज फर्स्ट ईयर मचा है, अब फोड़ देंगे आज फॉलो अप. सो यू वेंट टू हॉल, जस्ट कन्वर्टिंग नाउ इन डिवोटी सर्कल, हाउ इट मे कम. आज तो निमाज प्रो ने बोला है कोई बच्चा नहीं आया, आज तो जाके कुछ मचाना है, जाओ फोड़ो. जाए यू वेंट टू हॉल, डिड फॉलो टिल 12 o'clock, नेक्स्ट डे केम, मोनोग्राम भाग, retired hurt, and then no good chanting. So we find that even in Krishna consciousness, we have this tendency to show, कुछ करके दिखाना है. Devotees may sometimes feel, कुछ तो करके दिखाएंगे. He should take 1 hour to do deity devotion. Then his facilitator counselor told her, what are you doing? Then from next day onwards, he started doing in 10 minutes. Properly, मतलब, but he was like, ऐसा चमकाएंगे जैसे कि सब लोग देखे क्या चमक रहा है, मतलब. Yes, sir? तो मोटिव वैसा है तो ठीक है, बट जनरली क्या मोटिव रहता है? मतलब देखो प्रभु जी का ड्यूटी वर्शिप किया, वो प्रभु जी ने साफ किया था, बिल्कुल नहीं चमक रहा था, क्या गंदा था, मैं दिखाऊंगा. सो फॉल्स ईगो का प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है? यू डिप्रायोरिटाइज. यू डिड 1 hour DT plate washing. Chanting is suffering, book reading is suffering, studies is suffering. So the problem is impression. So the result of mode of passion is, anybody of you want to share how mode of passion acts, how this can act in your life? In your life, what you saw? It's very humbling to tell once. So in voice, I used to talk with everybody very nicely, so that I will be in good book of others. Yes, bro? कैसे बताइए? If you had chanted very nicely, our motivation may be good. But if not so, then more. It is not a problem at your stage. Only thing you have to observe कि क्या हो रहा है अभी, and then you have to improve it, like you will tell. Anybody else?
अच्छे से गाएंगे.
जो गायक लोग हैं उनको तो पक्का मतलब आई विल जस्ट हरे कृष्णा हरे so suddenly I would sing for Krishna's pleasure and just change to कब चेंज होता है मोटिवेशन समझ नहीं आता so the problem is what is the problem so there is a mode of passion we discuss there is false ego we deprioritize our needs like teaching के लिए बोला मैंने kitchen के लिए भी हो सकता है या कुछ भी हो सकता है we deprioritize other things thinking that it is service to devotees maybe how our mind justifies we don't know so therefore we need to chant very nicely yesterday I was hearing Prabhupada lecture Prabhupada was saying we have to do hearing and chanting every day because hearing and chanting uproots mode of ignorance and passion this is the ultimate solution if we don't do it then we will identify ourselves with body I am a good singer I am a good preacher I am good this that and then we will identify and act on puffed up and become false disrespect others so the second thing is second character set is performed with second topic which now next which I am discussing is mode of passion means lot of great effort huge amount of effort you put but the result is no satisfaction frustration for example the efforts are painstakingly put but there is no satisfaction for example once upon a time this kitchen story is always so I would love to quote it you can hear this story and you can tell your part of story because you live in voice practically my story is not going to relate so much see I am so much proud now I was always thinking in voice I am the best devotee I never find fault in myself I always see everybody's fault people turned me because you are Bhishma Deva voice one second year told me oh I saw you as correction acharya after I passed out he told me and he went to 50th year and I once met him later oh I remember your old days you are a correction acharya मैंने कहा मैं कहाँ correction की किसी को Oscar is so strong he gives so much respect to us anyways I will just quote this story which Mukula Prabhu says once so there was a cook in Rameshwaram this cook means lot of problem right बहुत सारा problem है तो उसे handle करके try to then once upon a time a kitchen in charge had heated argument with this cook okay he was very angry he said how dare you do this who told you to do this why are you acting independently get out so he took the bag of that cooked devotee and threw it out to the voice he became so angry होता है ना रोहित can relate the devotees who get angry can understand how instantaneously they like me also you must have seen me जब impulse आता था thought मेरा ट्रू का हमको पता है लाल ड्रामा प्रैक्टिस में मैंने एक डिवोटी को बोला भाग जाना नहीं करना ड्रामा तो 10 मिनट बाद सोच रहा हूँ कौन करेगा पूरा टेंशन में आ गया मैं प्रभु पूछ रहा आप करेंगे कैसे करेंगे तो मैं रोना आ गया मैंने तुरंत दूसरी डिवोटी को कॉल किया प्रभु जी प्लीज मुझे माफ कर दिया मेरी गलती है प्रभु फॉल्स ईगो में आके मैंने ऐसे बोल दिया ना सब में फॉल्ट होता है आप मेरे में फॉल्ट था मैंने ऐसे कर दिया ना अभी आप बट हमको ज़रूरत है आप वापस से दिए सो दिस डिवोटी हैड गॉन टू हॉल ही वेंट बैक ही केम बैक ही सेड नो प्रभु जी मेरे में कोई फॉल्ट है somehow it's settled but I'm just telling so this devotee said get out and then Mukunda Prabhu was studying Bhagavatam upstairs he saw from balcony something was going to happen but he was what to do matlab in the starting of when he became kitchen he said Prabhu don't worry you read Bhagavatam I will take care of kitchen fully Prabhu said okay I'll read Bhagavatam let him handle what will happen then the devotee did not come and tell Mukunda Prabhu next day morning he arrived to Mukunda Prabhu and said and then Mukunda Prabhu asked so what is the plan how are you going to manage cook has gone until that time no cook मतलब ऐसा कुछ concept नहीं था कि devotees खुद से बनाते थे first time. Yes. Then he said, Prabhu, you don't worry. And then we'll try to find out some new cook. And by the time we find out, I will manage the kitchen myself. And by the time, Mukula Prabhu himself was trying to find out. He knew that the cook had problem. He wanted to change. But somehow this fire आ गया, फिर बाहर निकाल दिया. फिर then by the time they found new cook, it was 1.5 months. So 1.5 months this kitchen in charge was tirelessly doing cooking 3 times now. समझ रहे हो क्या होगा? 3, मतलब he is trying to get help, but still people who know what it means to. So after that 1.5 month, his devotee came to Prabhu, अब से मैं कभी किचन नहीं लूँगा, किचन की तरफ देखूंगा ही नहीं रोज. बहुत पैसा है. So another time when Mukunda Prabhu was observing that all kitchen in charges, when they pass out, they never want to look at the kitchen again. Why? Mukunda Prabhu was wondering. So if this is the relation of service that becomes so much frustrated, then the actual relation of service should be, thank you my dear Lord, my energies would have gone wasted in Maya, and we get supreme opportunity to engage our body, mind and senses in the service of devotees. Such a blissful opportunity. Otherwise I would be coding day and night, or doing something, or roaming around in 2.2 at night and doing something. Now at least I am chanting. Serving devotees is the greatest blessings. The rarest of all species in the whole universe are sitting right here. Endangered species. And the most powerful and most Varapradaya. So what I am saying, so we should be grateful, but how it is happening that he is becoming so frustrated? Anybody of us have this experience? There was one devotee who did yatra management in second year, I remember. Once yatra management, प्रभु कोई फोन नहीं उठाता, कोई रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करता, व्हाट्सएप पे कोई देखता नहीं, कोई टाइम नहीं फॉलो करता, कोई टाइम पे ऑटो नहीं पकड़ता, ट्रेन नहीं पकड़ता, क्या है प्रभु जी? He is so dense that अगली बार से मैं never was able to inspire him for any management of any yatra. He is like off. He was such enthusiastic about it. So what is the problem? It's like when you get a prasadam and you feel, you understand it is bitter, then you try to trace डाला क्या था, उसी प्रकार से we have to trace. जब सर्विस चालू किया था तो क्या इंग्रेडिएंट थे जिससे ऐसा टेस्ट आ रहा है अभी, ये प्रसाद का टेस्ट अच्छा होना चाहिए. So the ingredient which was there is lot of effort, lot of some kind of mode of passion. So the problem is not in the seva, but the problem is in the attitude with which we started the service, or we are doing the service. Otherwise, how service can give burnout feeling. So now you must have got some understanding of what I am saying. सब लोग relate कर पा रहे हैं ना? Anybody here would like to read their story in short, 1 or 2 lines, not in detail? No? Yes. I was OC in third year. मैं third year का मैं pro OC नहीं बनूँगा. All of our stories like this because something is there which not giving a good feeling. So what is it? We'll see. So this is the next one. And anybody would like to share? लोग क्यों नहीं मेरी बात मान रहे? So now the next thing which I am going to speak is, therefore the Shastras tell, you see in the mode of goodness, what is written? That action which is regulated, first thing, क्या है? Regulated. Extreme में नहीं होना चाहिए. क्या होना चाहिए? Regulated होना चाहिए. Which is performed without attachment. Without any attachment means ऐसा नहीं कि मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है मैं करते जा रहा हूँ उसको, या फिर ये अच्छा नहीं तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना पड़ेगा. वैसा नहीं प्रभु वैसा नहीं होगा. And without desire for fruitive results. This is also very important. So now we'll describe each of this one by one. So Shastra describe regulation. What is regulation? Okay, Prabhu is describing more about fruitive mentality. So without fruitive, जैसे बोला ना, without fruitive result. What is fruitive mentality? What is the problem with fruitive mentality? Fruitive mentality क्या होता है? Yes.
Fruitive mentality, we are expecting something and say we will glorify our
Give some example from your life or somebody else.
Like we do, if we do cooking and if someone says, and everyone says that it prasadam is very nice and it is very nice.
It gives really great satisfaction. If some one devotee can say, "Oh, जी क्या प्रसाद बनाया." So we need encouragement. There is difference between encouragement and hankering for glorification. We need all encouragement. When we get encouragement, we are inspired to cook more nicely. It's very important to get encouragement. But at the same time, if after cooking we are always searching, कोई बोला क्या, कोई बोला क्या, कोई बोला क्या, होता है ना, कोई तो बोले, कोई तो बोले, कहने क्या होता था, कुकिंग मॉड्यूल चालू होता था, रोज हम हरी बोल बोलते थे, and people would give good clarification or something, तो क्या बना है, अभी तो क्या नॉर्मल रूटीन हो गया, ठीक है ब्रो, so then जूस कहाँ से आएगा हमारा, तो आजकल उतना अच्छा डिटेल में कुकिंग करने का मन नहीं करता, ग्लोरिफिकेशन नहीं करता, लेट चल जाते तब भी चलेगा. एनीवेज ये सब Why chanting is so bitter? Because we don't get anything out of it. क्या किसको बुला रहे हैं, मतलब चैंटिंग प्योर डिवोशनल सर्विस होता है पूरा, अगर आप ठीक से करेंगे तो, क्योंकि उसमें कुछ नहीं मिलेगा डायरेक्टली, राइट. I was once thinking, why Prabhupada says 16 round? Because this is only service where you are in direct contact with the Lord Krishna, where you have to purely do the service, then you get satisfaction. आप उसमें ऑल्टरनेटिव कुछ डाल ही नहीं सकते, एक्सेप्ट अगर आप पहले से अच्छी चैंटिंग करते हैं, लोग बोल सकते हैं आप अच्छी चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं, मगर इन जनरल तो सब लोग सोते ही है, मतलब सब लोग थोड़ा डिस्टेस्ट. कषाया इज कॉल्ड द टेक्निकल वर्ड. इट इज द नेचुरल कंडीशन सोल टू बिकम स्लीपी इन classes, chanting, because of so much selfishness and conditioning. Anyway, जो भी है. So point is coming back. What was I telling? What was I telling? Fruitive. So what is the problem with fruitive? If you are too fruitive, it leads to lot of restlessness. And lot of frustration. So one example is that if in preaching you become too fruitive. Hear this example very carefully. Very must example. In preaching we become too fruitive. Say ये बच्चा respond कर रहा है कि नहीं? ये कर रहा है. बहुत अच्छा है. So I will give him lot of time. वो नहीं respond कर रहा. तो phone नहीं उठाया. ठीक है, उसको नहीं जाएंगे. छोड़ दो उसको. वो time दे रहा है. और फिर आपने time दिया. तो बोला, भाऊ जी संकल्प होने वाला है, आ जाइए. हाँ प्रभु भैया थोड़ा असाइनमेंट है. असाइनमेंट क्या है, इतना तो मैं तुमको टाइम दिया, तुम आ नहीं रहे. हाँ तुम सब माया है. Whatever, we become so hatash. Why so hatash? Because it was fruitive, too much fruitive. ऐसे हम बोलते हैं कैटेगराइजेशन करना चाहिए, टाइम अकॉर्डिंग टू हाउ रिस्पॉन्स देना चाहिए. हाँ देना चाहिए सब. We have to do in particular thing, but we see after doing that we are frustrated. It is sign of fruitive. We did some fruitive work. So ideally preaching means it's my greatest happiness to assist Prabhupada. We are able to, on the order of our seniors, we are able to serve something, speak some Krishna Katha to them. ठीक है, उनको अच्छे से हेल्प करता हूँ, मैं जनरली हेल्प करता हूँ, टाइम देता हूँ. ठीक है, अभी रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहा immediately नहीं होगा, ऐसा कि we hardly help them and we are satisfied with that. Now even if result does not come, we are happy. But if you are true fruitive, mind is always agitated. Second example Prabhu gave is, so this is one effect, that we become restless. Or another effect we can give, that some become too fruitive in studying. तो जो आएगा एग्जाम में वही मैं पढ़ूंगा. तो योर अप्रोच इज नॉट कि मैं आई एम स्टडिंग, आई हैव दिस कोर्स इज देयर, आई विल अंडरस्टैंड. योर अप्रोच इज मार्क्स कहाँ से मिलेगा, बस उतना ही पढ़ूंगा. मुकुल अप्रोच टेलिंग people used to say in his JEE preparation time that permutation combination is the toughest thing. So many people said to फिर पढ़ने की क्या जरूरत है. उस समय वो सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन आते याद है पुराने दिनों में, सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन आते थे लास्ट में ना. तो मैथ्स में वो 50 मार्क्स में से फाइनली उनके एग्जाम में 30 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन किया परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन का है, बड़ा बड़ा जो सब्जेक्टिव होते हैं. मुकुल अप्रोच हैज हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग होलिस्टिकली. बहुत से लोगों ने उसको छोड़ दिया था, उनके 30 मार्क्स सट गया, पूरा का पूरा 30 उड़ गया, क्योंकि डेप्थ में उन्होंने पढ़ा नहीं. ट्रू फ्रूटिव मीन्स टू कैलकुलेटिव, यू cannot fix on anything. Another time Mukuल Aproach teacher asked me, what is the secret of your, I am quoting him, you can understand how did you study maths or physics something. So he said this is a course, some book name, author name, उसका नाम हमने सुना ही नहीं कभी, मैंने भी नहीं सुना. And then he said, yes, and I just followed it and I completed it fully. I studied in depth. He said, okay, very good. This is a secret. Generally students, आज उन्होंने इरोडो देखा, खरीद लिया. फिर किसी को कल रजनी खराडे देखा, उसको खरीद लिया. फिर उसको पढ़ रहे थोड़ा, उससे सेटिस्फाई नहीं है. फिर फिल्म खरीद लिया, फिर फिल्म पढ़ रहे हैं. फिर ऐसे और खरीद लिया, फिर ऐसे और कर रहे हैं. कुछ किया नहीं अंत में. हो सकता है कि अच्छा हो सकता है कि बेटर है, अच्छे बेटर है, इसको ले लेते हैं, इसको करते हैं. वो अच्छा लगता है ज़्यादा, मतलब ज़्यादा ऐसा लगता है इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ मिलेगा, वो तो उसको करते हैं. कीप ऑन जंपिंग एंड हॉपिंग. वन इज टू फ्रूटिव, वन कैन नॉट फिक्स हिज माइंड ऑन एनी पाथ. यू जस्ट कैलकुलेट कि इधर से ज़्यादा मिलेगा, उधर से ज़्यादा मिलेगा, कहाँ से कहाँ मिलेगा. सो वी कैन नॉट फिक्स. सो फ्रूटिव मेंटालिटी लीड्स, टू मच फ्रूटिव मेंटालिटी लीड्स टू नो फोकस, नो स्टडीनेस, जंपिंग माइंड, रेस्टलेस माइंड. एंड टू फ्रूटिव मेंटालिटी ऑल्सो लीड टू ग्रेट एफर्ट. कुछ लोग जैसे ये कैटेगरी हो गए जो जंप करते रहते हैं. कुछ लोग स्टडी भी रहते हैं बट वो इतना ज़्यादा टाइम देते हैं इसमें कि बाकी सब कोलैप्स हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल प्रीचिंग टिल 12 o'clock एट नाइट. और प्रोजेक्ट किचन डिपार्टमेंट मिला, इतना किचन में झोंक दिया. रोज हमारे चैंटिंग के लिए, स्टडी के लिए कुछ टाइम ही नहीं है ना. और प्रभु जी chanting is the goal of life. You should chant 32 rounds. So every day 32 rounds is doing. No? So much. No balance. So he gets burnt out because too much extreme. And फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद देखेंगे फिर हो गया माला पूरी, अभी नहीं हो सकता. पूरा सट ऐसे गिरेगा जैसे कि कोई इंतजाम ही नहीं बचेगा. हम ऐसा नहीं चाहते. Yes bro.
10 साल का माला पहले डबल.
So regulation means one has to be, that is the next thing which I am speaking. Regulation means one has to be balanced. तभी tangible sustainable result आएगा. क्या आएगा? Tangible sustainable result. Otherwise people may ask कि कितना एफर्ट डालना चाहिए प्रोफेसर. We should put heart in services. कितना एफर्ट डालना चाहिए, कितना पढ़ाई करना चाहिए. ऑल टाइम फेमस क्वेश्चन ऑफ वॉइस डिवोटीज. तो कितना करियर पे ध्यान देना चाहिए, कितना साधना. सो
कितना देर तक इसको पकाना है,
कितना देर तक पकाना है.
कितना देर
So for working people or for any students, I was quoting example of one devotee who was when he went to Kota once, he met one devotee coaching. Many of you are going to coaching, you may like it. So coaching mein is saying that, so this devotee was constantly of Krishna Smaran Prabhu. Krishna Smaran Prabhu is in our voice days we heard about him. He was a professor in IIT Delhi, Professor B.B. Krishna, something like that. He was like very top professor in applied mechanics, and he is a devotee, very initiate devotee, disciple of Rompad Maharaj, very good youth preacher also. So when he went to Kota, Mukul went to Kota, he met one coaching teacher who was counselor of Krishna Smaran Prabhu. And then Mukunda Prabhu got interested into knowing that how he manages his life. He is in coaching, it is so hectic, and they're in Kota. So how to manage and what to manage. He said, Prabhuji, I was IAS officer before. Sometimes I would get calls of fighting terrorists and chatting in one side. No, he was having different rasa. Prabhu singing, terrorists are fighting, and then he sing, Prabhu, wait, I will complete my round. Life became so hectic, day and night. तो कभी भी कॉल आ जाता है, क्या हो जाता है, कैसे भी जाता है, and life became very disrupted on that. So he left IAS and then he became coaching teacher. So after becoming coaching teacher, the same here also I found too much imbalance. So I asked my counselor. He said his formula is give only 8 hours. Give only 8 hours. After that, shut down everything and start reading Bhagavatam. Or start go out preaching. Not more than that. Make it a regulation, 8 hours. So initially he was speaking that he was finding great difficulty to complete everything in 8 hours. And there will always be something at the end remaining. That then over time he started making it a habit. So he became more focused in daytime, not to waste time. जो चीज़ कर रहे हैं उसको ठीक से करने का, स्ट्रेटली करने का. And then to stop it by 8 hours. मतलब 7.5 or 8 whatever. So slowly it was possible and now he is very happy. So there is a regulation and it is always very nice. Regulation leads to more results even materially also. For example, Krishna Smaran himself he has published 50-60 papers now he is retired in his whole career. So if you compare his profile with other professors, you will hardly find anywhere in IIT. He was telling only next to him was PPC. CS? He was director. So PPC, he also had like 50-60 papers. But the point is, Krishna Smaran Prabhu himself was doing that much only, only 8 hours. That's the point. He could give so much. Why he was able to do so much? Because when you are doing what you are doing properly, without being too much fruitive, then you are balanced. And when you are balanced, you will be able to focus on whatever you are doing properly. He is saying when we are fruitive, then we are always agitated. कि मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, कितना मिलेगा, टाइम पे होगा, नहीं होगा. तो हमारा absorption जो काम में वो खत्म हो जाता है. आप प्रीचिंग में हमेशा यही सोच रहे हैं कि कितना आएगा ना, या फिर स्टडी में सोच रहे हैं कितना मार्क्स आएगा, तो पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाएंगे, टेंशन में रह जाएंगे. या फिर आप करियर की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, ये करियर लूँ, वो करियर लूँ, क्या करूँ, तो आप किसी एक पे फोकस नहीं कर पाएंगे. आपका ध्यान भटकते रहेगा. ये करेंगे तो हो सकता है वो कर लेता मैं. हाँ, बुक रीडिंग कर रहे तो पढ़ाई का याद आ रहा है, पढ़ाई कर रहे तो बुक रीडिंग का याद आ रहा है ना. नहीं तो so we become very burning restlessness is what is characterized with too much fruitive mentality. Therefore Bhagavad Gita is telling without attachment, as a matter of duty, without love or hate, let us try to do it for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. That's what Prabhupada said. So another characteristic of mode of passion is it's called prayas, right? What is prayas? Prayas. For enduring for something which is very difficult to achieve. Power का पा ना, पा मतलब परिश्रम के बाद फेन निकलता है, मुंह से फेन निकलता है, फिर व्यर्थ जाता है, फिर भा मतलब भय, खत्म हो गया, मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, आएगा नहीं आएगा, उसके बाद मृत्यु, फिर पूरा जिंदगी खत्म. So what is prayas? Excessive burning, excessive drive. This is one line statement to summarize everything so nicely. When one tries to give time burning one's priority, that is called prayas. लाइफ में जो एक्चुअली प्रायोरिटी होना चाहिए उसको आपने बर्न कर दिया एक्सेसिव ड्राइव से, अपने एक्सेसिव टाइम लेकर. दैट मीन्स इट हैज गॉन इनटू प्रयास नाउ. ज़्यादा हो गया. So Prabhu gave a very interesting example. He said one devotee was learning Kathak. Now all of us know to learn musical instrument we need some patience and we need some past musical memory or talent or something. So this devotee, every day he would catch one devotee and with him learn Kartar, no? For 4, 5, 6 hours. And like that he was giving so much time and still he was not able to learn. In the end he became very frustrated. What is this? Prayas. Excessive drive burning on spirit. अरे नहीं हो रहा तो छोड़ देना चाहिए तो. Right? Sufficient time दो. बट वो तो सफिशिएंट से ज़्यादा दे रहे थे. 6 घंटा हर दिन देने का क्या मतलब we cannot. So the same thing is true in different fields also. So regulated. ठीक है प्रभु जी, इतना सीखूंगा, इतना टाइम दूंगा ना, मगर उसमें क्या देखेंगे यार आप फ्रूटी में तो डेफिनेटली आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा अपने आप कंट्रोल करने में. So therefore we have to regulate. For example, Mukunda Prabhu was giving his example. He never used to sleep on time. Many days he didn't sleep only. Next morning directly monitor him. So one has comes to ask him, when do you sleep? Because I get up at 4 o'clock. 3:45. I reported 3:45. So when do you sleep? So sometimes I sleep at 10 o'clock. Sometimes I sleep, Prabhuji. I said, well, so when do you get up? When do you sleep? He said, sometimes I sleep at 12 o'clock. And tell me the history. So he finally said, Prabhu, it's very well. So then Prabhu was, and he narrated his story, he was laughing very hard actually. I never did it. But we used to remember, Mukunda Prabhu had no timing of sleeping, getting up. In our voice days also. कब आप उठ रहे हैं, देख रहे हो लेक्चर की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, कभी रात में कब सो रहे हैं, कब उठ रहे हैं. Once he was doing follow-up when he was in Pune in GCD, and he slept while driving bike. मतलब how much he will extend? He will do a job and then he will go for follow-up to some college hostel and then he will come back. We will see him, he goes on. But so once he fell off from bike while sleeping, he was driving bike. So but those days we were in awe and reverence. He has so much enthusiasm. We would hear his class, out of the world classes, and so much. So anyways, he was laughing very hard and he was saying, and finally his counselor told him, Roji, at least make a regulation. That's why I'm giving example of regulation. If you make a regulation that you sleep, make extend only 2 days a week. Then Prabhu tried his best, and he says that after that I was able to sleep by 11 o'clock at least, most of the days in me. Earlier I was not sleeping at 1, 2 o'clock or maybe whatever. But with that regulation, what happened in the daytime when he used to waste time here and there, he would save it. You would have to prioritize. तो इसको आज करना जरूरी, जो एकदम जरूरी है पहले इसको पहले कर. Right? First thing first. And then there is a, you have told and you want to follow the regulation, then you become very active not to spend time here and there. Mostly when you open WhatsApp, this and that, कुछ time waste हो जाता है. पता है तो you will take it seriously actually. So regulation means this, that we have to put a time, give this much only per hour. Like we told about work, we told about studies, we told about everything. Regulate. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा इधर जा रहे हो तो रेगुलेट. किसी भी चीज़ में जा रहे हो तो टाइम कम करना चाहिए. टाइम कम करने के लिए हेल्प चाहिए, टू टेक गाइडेंस. दिस इज व्हाट वी वांटेड टू डिस्कस टुडे. एंड mode of ignorance is remaining. Now it is 8:07. We will discuss tomorrow anything more which is remaining. Thank you very much. Mode of ignorance is very interesting. I will arise some very interesting class of mentality which arises from Tamagod, and it has very at least for me it was always there that this was called the mental plane of devotees. जब मेंटल प्लेन में जाते हैं तो बहुत कंफ्यूजन होता है, एंग्जाइटी होता है, डिप्रेशन में रहता है कभी. तो वो सारी चीज़ें मोड इग्नोरेंस में आती हैं. वी विल डिस्कस टुमारो. So thank you very much to all devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions? Devotees are free to go if you want. Any questions which you have? डरना नहीं है. चैंटिंग अच्छे से करना है. चैंटिंग एंड हियरिंग. शृण्वतां सुकथा कृष्ण पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन हृदयन्तस्थो भद्राणि विधुनोति सुरक्षितम्. We are working very hard because we identify with something other than Lord Krishna's servant. We are working very hard because of some misidentification. आप देख लेंगे. You are not acting as servant of Krishna. We are acting something else. That's why we are working very hard. So the only way, and that is the result of mode of passion and influence. The only way which we can change that is when we request Krishna to clean our heart. Krishna is sitting in the heart. Vidhanoti Suvisatam, who is a friend of devotees. Krishna feels very compassion for all of us when he sees anybody in our heart. So he is very eager to help us. So we need to chant very nicely. At least ये तो फिक्स है. चैंटिंग और हियरिंग रोज में कृष्ण कथा, सिंपली कृष्ण कथा सुनने से डेली भागवतम क्लास हियरिंग इट विल गेट स्लोली क्लीनिंग. सो सिंपल. उसके अपार्ट भी हमको कुछ लगेगा जो हमने अभी डिस्कस किया. एटलीस्ट यू ऑब्जर्व आवरसेल्फ नाइसली. डोंट गो. थैंक यू. वेरी गुड. Pray that I can follow myself. I am also non-different. We are also struggling a lot.